Welcome to another edition of the Business and Personal Podcast, where we bring you closer to the people you do business with. And today we have Dr. Craig Goldin of the Cosmetic Dentistry Institute of Troy. He's been in the industry for more than 30 years, a ton of experience, ton of knowledge that he's going to be able to share with us today. So very excited to have Dr. Goldin on. How are you doing today, Dr. Goldin?
Ryan, I'm doing great. Thanks so much for having me on your show.
Absolutely. Well, you were telling me the story before we started recording here, just about how you took over ownership of the Cosmetic Dentistry Institute. So, kind of let our listeners know about that and just what got you into the dentistry business in general.
Absolutely. Well, I got it. First, I'll tell you, I got into dentistry because I love dentistry. I love working with my hands. I always love artwork, and I love working with people. And I also love science. So those things made it a natural profession for myself. And when I got into dental school, I met this lovely lady, another dental student, and that was my wife to be. And my wife, Dr. Marcy Goldin, and I graduated dental school. We got married in dental school. Parents weren't real thrilled about that, but we got married in dental school, and we joined my father-in-law. So Marcy's a second generation dentist. My father-in-law was a dentist, and we learned a lot from him, Ryan. We learned how to treat patients right, how to treat patients like family. And so he had a regular, everyday general dentistry practice that we joined, and we learned and we grew. And he quickly retired. He was kind of holding it on to the practice for Marcy, and we found a passion in the what we love doing in dentistry, which is cosmetic dentistry. So we do all phases of general dentistry in our practice, but we have a passion for cosmetic procedures and implant procedures. So we renamed the practice, and we have a high focus on cosmetic dentistry. That's why our office is named Cosmetic Dentistry Institute. But we see adults and children. We have all phases of dentistry in our practice.
And I can definitely vouch for that. Like, your office is next level. You just get such a comfortable feeling when you walk in there. And tell me about that, how important that is for you to make people feel comfortable, especially with your IV sedation and things that you do for people that are anxious, because sometimes these procedures can be nerve-wracking.
Oh my goodness, yes. You know, dentistry is kind of a scary thing for a lot of patients, and it's not a comfortable thing for patients to go through, period. Many of us are perfectly fine in the dental office. Others, let's face it, there's somewhere we'd rather be. I recently had a couple of crowns done in my mouth, and I'm thinking, well, this is fine. But it'd be more fun if I had some sedation, which is what we offer to our patients all the time. Our goal in our practice is make our patients comfortable 100%. And that's with during the procedure, but also, hey, we're family oriented, we're personable. We want to make sure that our patients feel like we're a friend and they can talk to us. But you mentioned IV sedation, and I'll have to tell you, that's a godsend in our practice. We treat we do a lot of different things in our office, including cosmetic procedures, longer procedures, dental implants, and surgical procedures. And patients want to be totally comfortable at all times, which is why we offer IV sedation. We offer IV sedation for patients undergoing surgical procedures and implant procedures, and also longer dental procedures. But we also offer IV sedation for those patients who are anxious or fearful of the dentist. It's not fun going to the dentist. And there's millions of Americans that avoid the dentist at all costs. They don't go because they're afraid, and they know they may have some dental needs, but they just can't get themselves to do it. So by offering IV sedation, our patients are totally comfortable at all times. They get the dentistry done that they need, and they have little or no memory of the experience, which is fantastic. It also allows us to do a lot of dentistry in just one sitting, so they don't have to come back multiple times. And that's why many of our patients who have IV sedation, they're not necessarily fearful of the dentist, but they're busy. we as Americans, we work hard. We're busy people. We don't have time to take off from our schedules multiple times going to the dentist in case there's a lot of dental needs. So a lot of times patients come in, they haven't been to the dentist for a while, and there's some pent up dental need that they have to kind of catch up on. And the thought of coming back 4 times for, multiple visits to get their dentistry done, that's just not fun. So we can combine dentistry and as much dentistry as we can in just as little as one visit that maybe would have been multiple visits in the past. So it's great for the sedation is great for busy patients who want to get their dentistry done in few visits as possible.
Yeah, and I can see that coming in handy for you this year because these problems just didn't go away for people last year. All these problems they had with their teeth, they existed last year. They're still here today, but many people didn't take care of them because of what was going on with the pandemic and not wanting to go to outpatient facilities and get elective procedures done. So I want to touch on in a little bit those quick procedures that you talk about. But before we get into that, and don't really want to talk about this, we're all getting burned out on it, but people do want to know how each business has adapted to COVID. And I know you guys have taken some strict measures to keep people safe. Touch on that, what you've done and how it's worked for you.
Thank you for bringing that up. Really, something important we need to talk about. So we never closed down during the pandemic. We saw emergency care only during the majority of the shutdown. And when we got back into the office full steam, we had a lot of patients coming with a lot of dental problems that they'd put off or things that happened during the shutdown. So I'm really excited because we changed a lot of things in our office. We always were very proud of the way dentistry in our office in particular faced infection control. This is nothing new to us. We've been doing the right thing for a long time, particularly when the AIDS epidemic first came out. Dentistry changed a lot in our office in particular. So there wasn't a lot of changes occurring from the infection control standpoint. But what we do differently now is we want our patients to feel comfortable and safe. So when when the patient comes in, right now our reception area is closed. We make it a point to do our best to isolate patients from other patients. For instance, a patient just told me the other day, they said, Dr. Goldin, wow, we feel so comfortable coming to your office. Compared to other places we've been, you are the most outstanding in terms of keeping us safe during COVID. And the reason is patient comes in, they let us know they're here. We typically will ask them to stay in their car until we are ready for them. So they don't have to sit in a reception area with other patients and they're anxious about being near somebody else. They stay in their car, they're comfortable. Our parking lot is right outside our door. So they just when we're ready, we have them step out of their car, they come into the office, and right away we take them back. We offer them to please wash your hands with soap and water before we take you back. And then, so they go to start in the reception area, then right into the restroom, and then immediately into the treatment area. So they're never sitting around other patients. They're taken right back. They're wearing a mask when they're taken back, and they keep a mask on until we're ready to treat them. And so they're never running into other patients. And the same is true after treatment. We wait till the reception area is clear so they can check out with our front desk team, and we make sure they're not running into another patient. They are totally independent. The office is theirs. And so we help them feel safe. And our infection control, it's the same as it's been, because we've always been proud of the effectiveness of our infection control in our office. It's very safe. And there hasn't, if you check for studies, there hasn't been any really links of patient to dentist or dental staff infection, or the other way around, where a dentist or dental staff is giving it to the patients. And I'm proud to say that we're very excited about the COVID-19 vaccination. Our dentists, a lot of our team members have all been vaccinated. So we want to keep our patients safe we want to be safe too. But this is a big thing for our country, and we're excited to be part of the team effort to get us back to normalcy.
Well, and I know you work hard to keep your office clean even in normal times anyway. So this is just stepping it up maybe a little bit more. But,
Yes.
and there's no substitute for experience in life. And that's where your 30 years, like you mentioned, going through the AIDS epidemic and different things that have happened, you're prepared for this. Doesn't scare you as much as it maybe would someone that just opened up. You've been through it and you've adjusted, and you're still doing great. And, speaking of that experience and all the time that you've been in this business, talk a little bit about the technology, and again, in a little bit we'll talk specifically about technology you have, but just in general, what technology is like now versus when you first started.
Well, I'll tell you, wow, lots of changes in the 30 years plus I've been practicing, um, and great changes from new aesthetic dental procedures that are available, cosmetic dentistry procedures, in terms of new restorative materials. We don't use those ugly black fillings anymore, not in our practice. Haven't done that for years and years. We have options for patients if they need a crown to get it done in a single day. They don't have to come back. We have dental implants that weren't available. So we are changing lives on a daily basis, which is why I love what I do.
Yeah, I think the speed of how you're able, speed and precision both. You're not just doing them quickly, but not doing a great job with it. The precision you're able to do as well is what's amazing. So let's talk first about the implants that you have, this Esteem product. Tell me about that and what you can do with that.
Great. Well, I mentioned the dental implants. Back in the old days, we used to have removable, the going thing would be if you lost a tooth, you'd have, or teeth, you'd have something that's removable. I'll call it a partial denture. Or if you lost all your teeth, you'd have a full denture, removable teeth. Nowadays, if you lose a single tooth or multiple teeth, we can replace them with a third set of teeth. You had your baby teeth, your adult teeth. Now we're going to call it a third set of teeth. We're going to replace them with dental implants. The Esteem product that you mentioned, we call it Esteem dental implants. It's to get your esteem back. It's to feel good about yourself again. So that process of Esteem dental implants goes further beyond somebody replacing a single or a couple missing teeth. Many patients are wearing dentures still even today, and it's uncomfortable whether they're wearing dentures that are loose or pinching or hurting, or this piece of plastic going over the roof of your mouth is affecting their quality of life, what they can eat and what they can taste. And with loose teeth, you're trying to eat food in between two plates of plastic in your mouth. And so the quality of our lives from an eating standpoint and pain in our mouths standpoint, that's pretty horrible. And think about, look, intimacy with another person, feeling like you want to kiss somebody. I have patients that have dentures that are embarrassed they haven't kissed anybody because they don't want to kiss somebody with a denture in. That's one of our Esteem patients, somebody who has poorly fitting dentures or is ready to get their life back. The other Esteem dental patient would be somebody who has failing teeth. In other words, they've been to the dentist, they've done all the right things, but they have now teeth that are breaking. Even if they're spending thousands of dollars at the dentist, they've got teeth that are breaking off, teeth that are failing. And they're at a point where somebody's told them, hey, you need to get your teeth out and go into a denture. They don't want a denture. Well, the Esteem dental implants are a way for us to take somebody who has missing teeth or failing teeth, and in a single day, place dental implants and give them a new set of teeth that are fixed, that don't come out like their third set of teeth. They can get their life back right away. They can laugh, they can smile, they can eat foods right away. They can taste their favorite foods. They can have their intimacy back of not being embarrassed to kiss somebody with false teeth. So it's life-changing dentistry.
Oh, I bet.
That's why I love what I do, Ryan.
Yeah, you can easily see that. And I've seen that with some of the patients that you've interacted with as well. And the other technology you have, I wish was around when I had to get some crowns in my lifetime. And it's always annoying when you go in, you get your fitting, and then for 2 weeks you have this fake tooth in there, and then you got to come back in and go through the procedure again. But with this CEREC technology now, you can do the whole crown all in one visit, which, man, that would be great to have that.
Absolutely. And CIRAC, we use CIRAC technology where it's been around for over 20 years now, and gotten better and better and better. So a patient who needs a crown on their tooth to make their tooth stronger, um, we used to take molds, kind of yucky molds, and we'd send it to a dental laboratory, and the laboratory would fabricate a new crown to go around the tooth to make the tooth stronger. In the meantime, the patient's got to wear a temporary crown that's kind of rough and plastic, and maybe it comes off if they've eaten something sticky or gooey inadvertently. And so it's kind of a hassle, and um, patients would have to come for 2 visits. Well, with CEREC technology, the patient comes in, no messy molds. We use a special scanner that scans their tooth in the mouth, and using computer technology, we fabricate the crown on a computer, and we mill it right in the office in a single appointment. So the patient has the procedure done. The crown is made right in the office the same day. It's strong. It's made out of the same materials that our dental laboratories would use. It's very strong. It's very aesthetic, and it's cemented and delivered in one single visit. Patients are busy. I mentioned that earlier about when we mentioned the sedation. Patients are busy. They don't want to have to come back multiple times. So they're here. They want to get it done, and it just saves an appointment, and it's just really convenient for an excellent product.
And Dr. Golden, I think the other thing I like about your office is I feel educated every time I go in there. I feel like I'm learning something new. And on my first appointment there, they really suggested and kind of pushed me towards Invisalign. And it was something I had heard about, knew a little bit about, but had never really thought about it for myself. And I did have a tooth on my lower bridge that was indented a little bit, and it was always hard to get in there. It was plaque buildup, and it was just a challenging spot. And it took me a little bit. You guys were patient with me. I didn't feel like it was a sales pitch. I felt like you gave me all the information that I needed, gave me time to make my decision, and here we are a couple years later. I'm so glad I did it. It worked absolutely perfectly. I highly suggest Invisalign to everybody that I talk to. Why don't you just talk about that and how effective you've seen Invisalign be for others?
Well, thanks for bringing that up, Ryan, because Invisalign is incredible. Invisalign, for those of you who have not, most of us have heard about it. It's been around so many years. Invisalign is a way to straighten your teeth without traditional metal braces. It's wearing a series of clear shells over your teeth, which over a period of time, and in most cases, it's about 8 to 14 months, patients will get straight teeth. And so in a lot of cases, my patients say, I know my teeth are a little crooked, but they don't bother me. I'm happy with them. But when you look at their teeth and the teeth are crooked, and most of us clench and grind our teeth at night, when a tooth is crooked, you can really, and we're clenching and grinding, you can really cause a lot of damage to the tooth or teeth because they're misaligned. So very often we recommend Invisalign to get the bite better because we want your teeth to last you your lifetime. And so Invisalign is a great way to straighten your teeth. It's easy. When you're wearing these clear aligners, people don't know that you have them even in your mouth. So they look normal. They look like your normal smile. People don't know you have them. And it straightens your teeth in as little as 8 to 14 months. Afterwards, your teeth are nice and straight, and it's healthier. It's easier for you to keep things clean. And at the same time, you've got a nicer smile, even if that wasn't the original goal. If it was, hey, it's a great way to do it. A lot of times patients had braces. Invisalign wearers have had braces. And back in the olden days, my days when I had braces, they didn't set, we weren't told you needed to wear retainers really for your whole life. And so the teeth have shifted, things are no longer straight, and it's nice to get those teeth back straight again. So A lot of my patients are previous orthodontic patients. They've had braces in the past, but many of my patients never had braces. They're ready for getting healthy, and they're also, why not get a nicer smile at the same time?
Right. And staying on top of it, you're so right, is so important. I'm at the point now where I only have to wear it at night, but I notice like if I forget to put it on in the night or go a day or two without putting it in, I already feel my teeth moving a little bit. So the maintenance after the fact is the key.
Yeah, and it's simple maintenance. You put them in while you sleep. You're
Yep.
not even aware that you have them, but it'll keep your teeth straight and healthy, and you're able to clean the areas and keep it cleaner and keep it healthier, and protect your teeth and your bite. So you get a much better bite with Invisalign.
Well, you're always good at putting tips out there, Dr. Golden. So maybe what are two or three just basic tips people can do at home to maintain the healthy teeth?
Absolutely. Well, we are big promoters of um, electric type of toothbrushes. I personally like the Sonicare. There's also an Oral-B product, which is more of a rotational type of brush. You know, when you can brush better and be more efficient, you're going to keep your teeth healthier from a gum disease standpoint. So we always recommend an electric toothbrush. And again, I'm a big promoter of Invisalign. We have them in our practice. We offer to our patients. I love that. Or I said Invisalign. If I said Invisalign, I meant to say Sonicare. Um, Sonicare. So Sonicare, but also the Oral-B brush is also very good. So electric toothbrushes, please floss your teeth. Flossing your teeth is going to keep the gums healthy, really important. And from a cavity standpoint, when we often ask, like, why do I get cavities? And there's a misnomer. Say, well, if you don't brush frequently, you're going to get a cavity. Well, the brushing is important, but more importantly is your diet. And we want to make sure that your diet is healthy and that you're not frequently ingesting simple carbohydrates in between meals. In other words, that might be drinking pop throughout the day, every day, or coffee with cream or sugar frequently over a period of time in between meals. Now, you can have those things with a meal. It's not going to bother you, but it's the in-between meal ingesting of simple carbs, in other words, sugar, and sugar's in almost everything, in between meals frequently. If you avoid those things, you're going to avoid cavities.
It's all about building habits, healthy habits, and a lifestyle. And I think that's where Invisalign helped me too, because I floss regularly now because that just forced me to do it more than what I was doing before. I brush more often than I did before. I just more attention to detail. So I think that's it. It's just establishing a routine makes all the difference. So 30 years, you've seen a lot. You could probably spend an hour talking about all the different stories that you and people you've helped. But what's maybe a funny story that you'd like to share, and also a success story that you'd like to share?
I've got one funny story. I've got a great success story. Let's tell you the funny story. And so the funny story didn't happen in my practice, but I was attending a seminar, and you're around other dentists they're teaching you and giving you insight in how to help your patients better. So went to this one seminar, and the dentist was sharing a story of, he had a great experience with the patient. He had done just maybe a filling or two, but he sent the patient home. Everything went great. Got a phone call from the patient saying the patient was doing great, but the patient said, "I've got something for you, doctor, and you'll see it when it comes in the mail." So the doctor was kind of like, what's he talking about? So a couple days go by, gets an envelope in the mail, and he picks up the envelope, and it's got a little bulge in it, and it's from the patient. He opens it up, and there's a cotton roll in there. So we as dentists do like to stuff things in your mouth. We need certain things we have to do, but the note attached to the cotton rolls, I think you forgot, you may want this back.
So you don't have any need for my old aligners if I send those back to you?
No, we're not going to use those over again. So that was the funny story. The success story, as I mentioned earlier, our name is Cosmetic Dentistry Institute. because we do a lot of cosmetic dental procedures in our office. And that would include porcelain veneers. And change with a porcelain veneer, you can change the shape or color of a tooth. If there's a worn down tooth or a chipped tooth, you can fix it. If there's a rotated crooked tooth, you can make it look straight. If there's a discolored tooth, you can make it any color you want. So we do a lot of porcelain veneers in our practice. And I'll tell you, it's life-changing dentistry. We mentioned the esteemed dental implants. That's life-changing, but not everybody needs implants. Many of us have healthy, great teeth. We just want to enhance our smiles. And a lot of times patients are embarrassed from their smile. You'll see patients, I'll have patients come in, they're covering their mouth with their hand. They are embarrassed to show me. And if you've got a nice smile, you don't think about these things. But those of us who are embarrassed by their smile, by our smile, people judge us by our smiles. And if you don't smile because you're embarrassed, it doesn't feel good. Your confidence is down. When you think about going to a foreign country, if you don't speak the language, and you met by somebody, even though you're not speaking their language, you may ask them a question. You met by them and they have a big smile on their face. Right away, you feel at ease. So same is true of our smiles. We see somebody, they're not smiling. We're thinking right away, what's wrong with that person? Why are they grumpy? Are they unhappy? That's not a happy person. Well, we change lives every day with our cosmetic dentistry. I got a call from a patient the other day. And she said to me, Dr. Goldin, I just want you to know how thankful I am that you had suggested the procedure. I came in not knowing what was possible, but you suggested perhaps in my situation, veneers may help my smile. And I got the veneers. And I went into the grocery store the other day, and a stranger said to me, I'm sorry, this is before COVID, said to me, you've got the nicest smile, because she wasn't wearing a mask back in those days. But she said, they said to me, you've got the nicest smile. And I had never been complimented on my smile before. I just feel so great and so happy that I went forward with the procedure that you recommended. So that's a success story.
Yeah.
And it's one of the reasons I've been doing this for 30 years. I love it. I love it. I love helping my patients. And that's what gives me reward for all that we've done.
And that's what it's all about. I guarantee I could probably list 10 names of previous patients of yours. You're not going to remember revenue generated probably from any of those, but I bet you could pick out a story or something about each one of those people. That's what you carry on with you. And then guess what? The rewards just come after that. So
Yes.
It's easy to see that your patients love you. You love your patients. I love coming to see you. So really appreciate you coming on today just to educate people about some of these awesome technologies out there. I'm quite sure there's many people sitting on the fence that weren't able to address these issues last year that are now ready to get these procedures done. And Dr. Goldin Cosmetic Dentistry Institute, great place to go. So thanks again, Dr. Goldin.
Would you like me to tell how patients can find us?
Absolutely. So what would be the best way for people to get in touch with you and schedule an appointment?
Well, I'll be quick. First of all, our telephone number, the old fashioned way, 248-519-1919. You can also go to our website at the designersmile.com. And on the website, by the way, we are offering a complimentary video consultation. So you'll see on our website, there's a page that has you upload a photo and we can do a video consult, and that's free. I'm happy to do that for you. And for those patients that are interested in the esteemed dental implants, we offer a complimentary analysis where we'll do an exam and a free dental CAT scan, so we can see if you're a candidate for full arch dental implants. And so you can reach us on that, again, going to our website or calling our office directly at 248-519-1919.
And how quickly can patients get in right now? How available are your appointments?
Well, we make it a point to get our patients in as soon as possible. So it's not a big waiting time. That's just been our philosophy throughout my practice. We don't want somebody having to wait weeks on end. We'll get you in probably, if not the same day, within a few days or a week. So we'll get you in as soon as possible.
And definitely some great incentives to come be a part of your practice. So again, now I think that's a wrap, Dr. Goldin, but we covered some great topics here. So again, thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you, Ryan.